All right, today we're going to be making some pretty little bottle cap flowers, and we've already got our setup done here. We've got our hot glue gun set up and already warm. We've got our bottle caps washed. These were actually soaked for a few minutes in water to get the whatever were in the bottles off of them. So what we're going to do here is take our bottle caps like this and just kind of set them up in a pattern. I use 7. That makes them look like it. They have 6 petals and then a center. Like that right there. And just kind of press them together to where all of the bottle caps are touching each other. Like that. And then we'll take our hot glue gun. And be careful here because this front metal portion will burn you, so that's a safety precaution. And go ahead and just put one little dollop of hot glue over both sides of the bottle cap like that, to where the glue drapes over both sides of the bottle cap, and when that dries, that'll hold those caps together. And we'll just put one little dollop where all of the bottle caps touch each other, and it'll get nice and solid. Chris, you want to do yours?
Yeah, sure.
All right. We'll let that dry for just a minute. And then after Chris gets done, what we're going to do is we're going to lay the stick here. We got this little stick here with a pointy end so that we can put it into the ground. And we'll just lay this stick here to where it goes over the center cap and it kind of lines up on those two seams right there. And then we'll apply some more glue. After Chris gets done, we'll go ahead and apply some more glue. And by that time, this will be dry. You want to go ahead and let this glue dry for a few seconds or a few minutes before you put the stick on. If you let the trigger come all the way out, Chris, it'll glue better. You just keep trying to press it down. There you go. All set? Okay. Thank you, sir. All right. So we will just kind of pull our napkin over here like that. We'll just lay that stick right there. And just apply our glue. You want a pretty healthy little dollop there, so that when it dries, you got a good connection between the stick and the flower. And then what I do, here you go, Chris, is you can just kind of roll the stick some to make sure that glue is really smeared in there, and then just press down in the center of the stick to get a good connection there. Like that. You can kind of hold it for a few seconds, but that glue is going to dry pretty quickly. What you don't want to do is stick your thumb into the hot glue like I did right there. Okay, that's pretty dry, but I'll give it another second. All good?
Yeah.
All right, so what we can do now is go ahead and pick our color. I'm going to use this pastel purple here and this yellow. Apply probably a dime size amount of the yellow for the center of the flower, and then probably a quarter size amount for the purple, because you're going to need 2 layers to cover the metal on these bottle caps. Paintbrush here. Okay. We'll go ahead and flip our flower over. And you can paint it like this if you want. If you're going to paint the sides, it may be easier to use the stick to hold it. But otherwise you could just lay it down flat. It's really up to you. So I'll start with the middle here. And I'll paint the yellow first. Doesn't have to be perfect, but we're just painting a happy little flower here. And depending on the color of your caps there, like that's probably going to take more than 2 layers. But let's try to cover it as well as we can. I just thought of this just now, but a way to modify this activity would be if you had somebody with problems with hand-eye coordination or fine motor control, then you could paint the caps separately and then glue them together. That would make it a little easier. Purple here. You could let this paint sit, or you could do like I'm doing and just paint 1 cap at a time, and then by the time you get all the caps painted, that first layer will be dry, and you can go ahead and apply another layer. Especially if it takes you as long as it does me to paint. Chris?
Good. Just waiting to put another layer on.
Mm. Struggling over there, big guy?
Yeah.
Getting the paint doesn't have to be perfect. Let me try it for a second. I'm just kind of pushing the paint around now. What in the world are they talking about out there?
So. Mine's probably gonna take about 3 or 4 layers just to paint it.
Yeah, doesn't have to be perfect. Just take it to whatever level that you think you're happy with. Just making happy little flowers. I may have chosen a bad color palette here because you can tell that the lighter colors are making it a little bit more difficult to cover the entire bottle cap, but that's okay. I like purple, so I chose purple.
I think another thing you could do is paint this green to blend with it.
That's more or less it, guys. You can let it dry for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then you can push it down into the dirt, or you can put it in a flower pot or a vase or whatever it is you wanted to do with it.